The man was once nothing more than an ordinary student from China, yet by a twist of fate, he was transported into a world of cultivation. But the path he walked was not the righteous path, it was the demonic path, for in his eyes, all living beings were equal, equally insignificant, every last one of them C-grade. Yet his ambitions ran too deep, too vast, and so the entire world became his enemy. Even surrounded by the combined forces of the righteous path closing in for the kill, his heart didn't waver, not even a flicker of regret. With no path left to walk, Fang Yuan smiled, calm as still water. Green hills, setting sun, autumn moon, spring breeze, dawn finds you young, dusk leaves you gray, glory and failure, all dust in the wind. So it ends in defeat after all. If the spring-autumn cicada he had just refined still works, then in the next life, he will walk the demonic path once more. He channels the spring-autumn cicada, and on the peak of that treacherous mountain detonates himself without hesitation. In an instant, the river of time reverses its flow. 500 years in the past, Guyue village. Before a grand and magnificent hall, an ancestral rite is underway. Lanterns blaze, lighting up the night. An elder speaks slowly, his voice heavy with reverence. May our ancestors watch over us. May this awakening ceremony bring forth many talented young ones to carry the clan's bloodline forward, and with it, our hope. He leads the crowd in kneeling before the ancestral tablets. The men in white robes are the clan's council elders. The rite concludes in moments. The elders file out, sighing at how fast time moves. The last awakening ceremony feels like yesterday, every detail still vivid. Tomorrow is the annual awakening ceremony. The clan chief can only hope an A-grade talent steps forward. The Guyue clan has gone 3 years without one. Meanwhile, the Bai clan and the Xiong clan produce gifted children year after year, especially Bai Ningbing of the Bai clan. His talent is nothing short of terrifying. In just 2 years, he reached rank 3 Jiu master, dominating the younger generation and even putting pressure on the elders. But this year, a once-in-a-generation genius has emerged within the clan. He spoke at 3 months, walked at 4, and was composing classical poetry by the age of 5. Brilliant beyond measure, gifted in every way, though tragically both his parents died young. He is now in the care of his aunt and uncle. As clan chief of the Guyue clan, he keeps a close eye on any exceptional young talent, and Guyue Fang Yuan stands out brightest among them all. If the boy tests at A grade and is trained well, surpassing Bai Ningbing is not out of reach. And even at B grade, he would still grow into a pillar the entire clan could stand behind. The clan chief tells everyone to rest early and keep their heads clear. As for the scheming behind each elder's eyes, he already knows every bit of it. He speaks plainly, if you must compete, compete with dignity. No schemes, no underhanded moves that fracture the clan's unity. Keep that in mind, every one of you. They feel the weight of his words, and none dare ignore them. The elders disperse, each lost in their own calculations. The clan chief gazes out at the fine, steady rain and lets out a long breath. This boy, he is the clan's future. At that very moment, a young boy jolts upright in bed. Guyue village, 500 years in the past. The spring-autumn cicada worked. Fang Yuan walks to the window and lets the wind and rain hit him. 500 years of memories. To him now, it all feels like a dream. Legend speaks of a river of time that flows beneath this world, sustaining its very turning. And by wielding the power of the spring-autumn cicada, one can swim against that current and return to the past. But the legend has always been disputed. Many dismissed it outright. Others hovered between belief and doubt. Because using the spring-autumn cicada demands the ultimate price, your body, your life, every shred of cultivation, all burned as fuel. A cost too steep for anyone to willingly bear. And even after paying with your life, there is no guarantee. What if the legend is false? What if it's all a lie? Had Fang Yuan not been completely cornered, he would never have used it so soon. But now, there is no room left for doubt. He has truly been reborn. A shame though, the spring-autumn cicada cost him everything. He had massacred hundreds of thousands, drawn the wrath of heaven and man alike, and endured countless hardships just to refine it. Worms in this world are countless and strange beyond measure. Some shatter after one use, others after 2 or 3. Others can be used again and again, as long as you don't push them too far. The spring-autumn cicada may simply be the kind that burns itself out in a single use, but losing it doesn't matter. He can refine another, and even without it, he carries 500 years of memory and hard-won experience. A treasury of secrets no one else has ever touched. He knows every major event that will unfold. He can read history's pulse with ease, walking ahead of every hero and sage who came before. And beyond all that, 500 years of grueling cultivation and hard-won battle experience. Yet right now, one question weighs on him. What is the right move? The key locations are spread far apart. Some can only be accessed at specific times, and all of them require a certain level of cultivation to unlock. Right now, his aperture is not yet open. He does not even qualify as an ancient corpse realm cultivator. He has no ability to move through those danger-filled mountains. Even a wild boar could kill him. He must use the clan's resources to raise his cultivation, fast. From the vantage point of a man who walked the demonic path for 500 years, Qingmao Mountain is pitifully small. Guyue village is little more than a cage. But a cage cuts both ways. Solid walls that trap you are the same walls that protect you. So for now, he will make his moves within the cage. Once he reaches Ancient Corpse rank 3, he can leave this backwater behind, and tomorrow is the awakening ceremony. Soon after, his cultivation begins for real. The thought of his aptitude draws a faint, contemptuous smile to the corner of his lips. Just then, The door is pushed open, gently. A boy steps in, his face almost a mirror of Fang Yuan's. "You're standing in the rain again." Fang Yuan turns. Something complicated flickers across his face. This is his twin brother, Guyue Fangzheng. He is not surprised by the silence. His brother has always been this way, ever since they were small. Perhaps this is simply what it means to be a genius. They share the same face, yet he feels as ordinary as an ant, born from the same womb at the same moment. So why has heaven been so unjust? His brother was given a diamond's brilliance. He got a plain stone. When people see him, they don't say his name, they say Fang Yuan's little brother. Sometimes he catches his own reflection and feels a wave of revulsion, like a boulder crushing his chest. It has made him quiet, withdrawn. Fang Yuan knows every thought turning inside his brother's head. When he was 3, both of this body's parents fell during a clan mission. His aunt and uncle stepped in under the name of guardianship and claimed the nest that was never theirs, treating the boys with cold indifference. As someone who had crossed into this world, his original plan was to keep a low profile, but the harshness of life forced his hand, and his extraordinary gifts began to show. His so-called genius? Nothing more than a mature soul reciting poems from Earth that had stood the test of centuries. But under mounting external pressure, he adopted a cold mask to hide behind. Over time, that coldness stopped being a mask. It became his face. His aunt and uncle no longer mistreated him after that, but their kindness was just an investment. The moment he lost his value, abandonment would follow. Laughable. His younger brother never saw through any of it. After testing at a grade and receiving the clan's full backing, he turned around and began to suppress his own blood. As for Fang Yuan, for all his supposed genius, his aptitude turns out to be nothing more than C grade. Fate loves its cruel jokes. The older twin, C grade aptitude, carries the name of a genius for over a decade. The younger twin, invisible to the world, holds a great talent all along. When the awakening ceremony reveals the truth, the whole clan is stunned. The younger brother soars like a dragon ascending to the sky. The older falls like a bird with a broken wing. Did he hate it? In his previous life he did. But now, carrying 500 years of life, he finds hatred pointless. He can even understand his brother. He can understand the righteous path warriors who hunted him 500 years later. The strong devour the weak. Only the fit survive. This is simply the nature of everything in this world. Everyone chases their own sliver of fate. The scheming, the killing, none of it is hard to understand. And if anyone blocks his path, whoever they may be, the answer is simple. One of them dies. His ambitions are too vast for compromise. The whole world is his enemy? So be it. He was born to walk alone, through blood and slaughter. Revenge is not his goal. The demonic path knows no such word as compromise. Fang Yuan looks at his brother and speaks, calm and flat. Leave. That gaze stops Guyu Fangzheng cold. Caught in those eyes, he feels stripped bare, standing naked in the snow, every secret exposed. He backs away, voice small. Then, see you tomorrow. The night watchman makes his rounds, striking his wooden clapper in steady rhythm. Third watch! Guard your flames! The call drifts in through the window. Fang Yuan opens dry, heavy eyelids. He had spent most of the night lying in bed, turning plans over in his mind. All told, he has slept barely an hour. This body has not yet begun cultivation, and so fatigue crashes over him in waves. But for a man carrying 500 years of experience and iron resolve, this is nothing. He pushes the window open. He scans the view outside. The rain has stopped. Just then, a girl's voice floats up from below. Young Master Fang Yuan, you're awake. I'll come up right away to help you wash and dress. Fang Yuan lets her help him into his clothes. He looks at the pretty servant girl with a blank face and a still heart. She may look delicate and guileless, but she is his aunt's spy. Vain and shallow, she would turn on him without a second thought. The wooden door creaks open. Guyue Fangzheng. He stares at the girl attending to his brother, and jealousy floods his chest. If only Shen Kui would serve him like this someday. What would that feel like? He has a servant too, but his is a wrinkled old woman. And even that old woman was only arranged because his brother asked their aunt and uncle on his behalf. Fang Yuan shakes off Shen Kui's hands. That's enough. Stop. Leave. Shen Kui pouts, a little puzzled, a little stung by his indifference today. She opens her mouth to wheedle, and stops. His aura kills the words before they form. She opens her mouth, closes it, opens it again. Finally just, yes, and she obediently steps out. Fang Yuan turns. Fang Zheng, are you ready? His brother stands frozen in the doorway, head down. A quiet murmur. Fang Yuan knows every thought behind that murmur, but calling it out now serves no purpose. The two of them walk in silence along the narrow path. Passers-by stop and point. Look, the Fang brothers. That one in front, the stone-faced one, that's the prodigy Fang Yuan. The whispers wash over him. The tallest tree catches the wind, he thinks. Of course. Dawn light spreads across the horizon. Fang Yuan's shadow falls across his brother's face. Fang Zheng suddenly feels as though he is walking into darkness, and it is his brother who casts it. Perhaps his entire life will be spent beneath that shadow, unable to break free. The tightness in his chest builds until even breathing feels hard. Fang Yuan notices, and a thought surfaces. His aunt and uncle have more skill than he gave them credit for, driving a wedge between brothers, setting blood against blood. In his previous life he had been too inexperienced to see it clearly, and his brother too foolish and naive. Their manipulation had worked perfectly. But now, armed with 500 years of demonic path cunning, these tricks are child's play. Shen Kui could be dealt with early. Fang Zheng could be reined in and brought to heel. Even his aunt and uncle, and every elder in the clan, he has no fewer than 100 ways to bring each one to their knees, but Fang Yuan has no interest in any of it. Beautiful as Shen Kui may be, without love or loyalty she is nothing but a body. As for his own brother, if he must be let go then so be it. be it. His aunt and uncle, the clan chief, the elders, in Fang Yuan's eyes, they are all ants. Why waste a single thought on them? But if anyone truly dares to block his path, he will leave them no chance of survival. Morning sunlight rises over the mountains. Hundreds of children around 10 years old gather before the clan's great hall, the heart of power in this village. The academy elder steps forward. Now that everyone is here, I won't waste words. Today is a turning point in your lives. Follow me. He leads them through the hall's entrance, down carved stone steps, and into an underground cavern. In the soft glow of the cavern, gasps ripple through the crowd. The underground cave is breathtaking. Hundreds of years ago, the Gyue clan migrated from the central continent to the southern border and settled here on Qingmao Mountain. What drew them here was a spirit spring deep within this underground cave. That spirit spring is the very foundation of Gyue village. It produces primeval stones in abundance, a never-ending supply of cultivation resources. And on the far bank of the stream, a vast sea of flowers. This is another cornerstone of the clan. Moon orchids, food source for countless Gu worms. This flower field is the clan's greatest breeding ground. The sight leaves the young ones wide-eyed. The elder calls out, "Listen for your name. When I call it, cross the stream to the other bank. Walk as far as you can, the farther the better. Is that understood? No one dares take this lightly. The farther you walk, the higher your aptitude. And that single number can reshape an entire life." The elder calls the first name, Guyue Chenbo. The boy steps forward and crosses the stream. He steps into the flower field on the far bank and immediately runs into an invisible wall of pressure, as if something unseen stands directly in his path. He grits his teeth and forces out 3 steps. The glowing light drifting above the flowers makes every movement heavier. He strains with everything he has and cannot take another step. The elder sighs. He writes it down. Guyue Chenbo. 3 steps. No aptitude for cultivation. The words land and the crowd breaks into murmurs. But the elder does not pause. The next name rings out. Guyue Zhaoxi. In truth, not everyone is born with the talent to cultivate. On average, 5 out of 10 is already considered decent. But within the Guyue clan, the ratio runs higher, closer to 6 out of 10. This is the legacy of the first ancestor, founder of the clan, and a legendary Gu master. His cultivation ran so deep that the power became part of his bloodline. Every member of the Guyue clan carries that blood, and with it, above average aptitude. Yet 2 with no aptitude at all back to back. The clan chief's brow furrows. The academy elder calls the third name, Guyue Mobe. The tall, broad-shouldered boy crosses the stream with long strides. That body, far bigger than any of his peers, carries him surging forward. He stops at 36 steps. A cry goes up from the watching crowd. Even the academy elder's eyes light up. Guyue Mobe, B-grade aptitude. Come here. Let me examine your primeval C. The elder places a hand on the boy's shoulder. A moment passes. He writes, Guyue Mobe, primeval C at 66%. Strong cultivation potential. Aptitude in this world is measured on 4 grades, from highest to lowest, A, B, C, and D. A D-grade youth, given 3 years of cultivation, can reach rank 1 GU Master, a solid foundation stone for the clan. A C-grade youth typically reaches rank 2 GU Master within 2 years, a reliable backbone of the clan. A B-grade youth is groomed as a future elder, reaching rank 3 GU Master in 6 or 7 years. As for A-grade, even 1 is a gift to the entire clan. With careful cultivation, they can reach rank 4 GU Master within 10 years. The elder looks at Guyue Mobe. Cultivate with everything you have. One day you will stand among the elders. A council elder nearby breaks into a smile. Well, my grandson is something, isn't he? Guyue Chi-Lai. Guyue Chi-Lai says nothing, just a cold snort. Half an hour later, half the children have taken their turn. Mostly C-grade and D-grade results, and nearly half with no aptitude at all. The clan chief sighs deeply. The clan's bloodline has been thinning for years. No rank 4 GU Master has emerged to strengthen it. Generation after generation, the aptitude of Guyue's young grows weaker. Just then the academy elder calls, Guyue Chi Cheng, grandson of elder Guyue Chi Lian. The boy trembles visibly, nerves plain on his face. Yet this frail-looking boy walks 36 steps straight. The recording elder's eyes go wide. Another B-grade. Guyue Chi Lian turns and laughs out loud, eyes fixed on the smug Guyue Mo Chen. Fang Yuan watches Guyue Chi Cheng with quiet thought. In his memory, this boy was only C-grade. His grandfather falsified the result to make it look like B-grade, and was eventually caught and punished harshly for it. If Fang Yuan wanted to cheat, he has countless ways to do it. Methods far more seamless than anything Guyue Chi Cheng's grandfather used. But since his rebirth, he has had no time to prepare. More importantly, even a perfect cheat can't hide cultivation speed. The truth would surface eventually. Guyue Chi Cheng is a different case. His grandfather, Guyue Chi Lian, is one of the 2 most powerful elders in the clan, powerful enough to cover for him. Guyue Chi Lian and Guyue Mo Chen have long been rivals, the 2 greatest factions in the clan. To crush his opponent, Chi Lian needed his grandson to shine, and with Chi Lian's backing, Chi Cheng was able to keep up the lie. It took an accident to expose him in the original timeline. If Fang Yuan were to reveal the fraud right now, he might earn a small reward from the clan, but he would make an enemy of Guyue Chi Lian. Not a wise move. And blackmail is off the table for now. His strength is far too low. Trying would only invite disaster. And now, the next name is called Guyue Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan lets his mind drift to the legend of the Hope Gu. In the beginning, when this world was young, it was nothing but wilderness, and within that wilderness lived a pack of beasts, creatures known as the beasts of hardship. Into that beast-filled world, the first human appeared. His name was the first ancestor. The beasts of hardship were drawn to him. They wanted to devour him. The first ancestor had no stone-hard body, no claws, no fangs. How could someone like him possibly fight these creatures? Constantly running and hiding, his food supply was never secure. He sat at the very bottom of the food chain, barely surviving. Then, 3 GU worms came to him on their own. They told the first ancestor, "Feed us with your life, and we will help you through your hardships." With no other choice, he agreed. He offered his youth, his young and vital years, to the largest of the 3. That goo gave him strength. With that strength, his life improved. He fought fiercely, pushing through hardship after hardship, but he soon found that strength alone is not enough. Against the entire horde of beasts of hardship, one man's power was far too small. The first ancestor reflected deeply and decided to offer his prime years, the peak of his life, to the most beautiful of the 3 goo. That second goo gave him wisdom. With wisdom came thought, reflection, and the accumulation of experience. He found that more often than not, wisdom outperformed raw strength, but nothing good lasts. As the first ancestor grew old, he could no longer sustain the 2 goo. The strength goo and the wisdom goo both left him. Without strength or wisdom, he was surrounded once again, too old to run. His teeth had fallen out, he could barely chew wild fruit. He collapsed helpless onto the ground. The beasts of hardship closed in around him. Despair filled his heart. Then the third goo spoke. "Old one, give yourself to me. I will free you from your hardships." The first ancestor wept. "What do I have left? The strength goo left me. The wisdom goo left me. All I have is my old age. But if I give you my old age, my life ends this very moment. I just want a little more time. Even one more second. Please go. I have nothing left to offer you." But the third goo replied, "Of the 3 of us, my price is the smallest. All I ask is your heart." The first ancestor didn't hesitate. "Then take it, my heart is yours." In that instant, the goo blazed with infinite light. The beasts of hardship screamed in terror. "Run! It's the hope goo." For the beasts of hardship fear nothing more than hope. From that moment on, no matter what hardship the first ancestor faced, he would always give his heart to hope. Feng Yuan steps forward, and a quiet thought stirs within him. This just keeps getting better. He crosses the clear stream. He steps into the sea of flowers, alive with hope goo. Tiny sparks of light, like distant stars, drift upward toward him. The hope goo begin to gather. They swirl and converge at Fang Yuan's waist. The recording elder's expression darkens. Even those standing beside the clan chief begin to murmur. "That seems like very few hope goo. This is not what an A-grade aptitude looks like. Not even close." Fang Yuan walks on. With every step, the pressure multiplies. His fist closed tight. He stops. 27 steps. The next moment, a sphere of light flickers to life between his kidneys. Aperture opened. Finally. This is the hope of immortality. The aperture is endlessly mysterious. It exists within Fang Yuan's body, yet occupies none of the same space as his organs. It is infinitely vast. It is infinitely small. Both truths at once. A thin membrane of light holds the aperture's shape, keeping it from collapsing. And within that shell, the primeval sea. Only a rank 1 goo master's primeval sea holds this copper-hued primeval essence, what people call the bronze sea. But Fang Yuan's primeval sea fills only 44% of the aperture, below half. This is the mark of C-grade aptitude. Every drop in that sea is primeval essence, a crystallization of Fang Yuan's life energy. Goo masters channel primeval essence to drive their GU worms, and from this moment, Fang Yuan is officially a rank 1 goo master. His aperture is open. The hope goo disperses, its purpose fulfilled, and flows into his body. Fang Yuan presses his hand against the invisible wall ahead of him. This is what stops him. Not one step further. The recording elder watches him. "Can you go no further?" Fang Yuan gives him one flat, indifferent glance, and walks back in full view of everyone, without a word. The crowd erupts. 27 steps? Fang Yuan is only C-grade? Unbelievable. A genius like him, nothing more than C-grade. Even Gu Yue Fang Zheng trembles. Not just him. His aunt, his uncle, the entire clan had assumed his brother would be A-grade. The clan chief stares in disbelief. Is this some kind of mistake? How can this be? But the recording elder is certain. The method is flawless. With them watching this closely, cheating is nearly impossible. A higher aptitude primeval seed does tend to produce extraordinary traits, but those traits do not always mean a high aptitude. The clan chief's frustration deepens. The higher the hope, the sharper the fall. The Gu Yue clan is declining, one generation after the next. But Fang Yuan just smiles, calm, unbothered. He knew this result long before he walked those steps. In his previous life, the same result had felt like the sky collapsing on him. He had collapsed into the stream, soaked to the bone, and not a single person reached out a hand. Every face that had been full of expectation turned cold and empty in that instant. Their eyes, sharp as blades, drove straight into him. But in this life, facing the same scene, his heart is perfectly still. When hardship comes, just give your heart to hope. Other people's disappointment is not his concern. He only needs to walk his own path. The academy elder sighs deeply. Next, Gu Yue Fang Zheng. The name snaps Fang Zheng out of his daze. He answers the elder, voice tight with nerves. He hasn't even taken 2 full steps when he stumbles and falls into the stream. The clan chief lets out a cold snort. The Fang brothers, is this all they amount to? Fang Zheng stares at his own reflection in the water, face burning. This is unbearable. Then a hand grabs his collar. A powerful pull drags him out of the stream. Gu Yue Fang Zheng looks up, trembling, and meets a completely blank face. That cold expression hits him like a fist. He breaks into violent coughing. Laughter breaks out on the bank. Two of a kind. Both disasters. The clan chief watches, says nothing. While Fang Zheng stands there lost, his brother's voice reaches him. Go. The road ahead will be worth walking. Before Fang Zheng can even react, Fang Yuan has already turned and walked away. Carrying that confusion in his chest, Fang Zheng turns and faces the flower field again. He cannot understand how his brother could be so calm. If it had been him, he would have crumbled on the spot. Yet step by step, without realizing it, he reaches 43. The clan chief, silent until now, lets out a shout. A great aptitude. Unbelievable. 3 years, and the Guyue clan finally has an A-grade genius again. Guyue Qilian steps forward immediately. The Fang bloodline was always an offshoot of the Qi bloodline. Guyue Fang Zheng should be taken in by us, but another elder cuts in sharply. You raise him, old Qilian. You'd ruin the boy. Let Guyu Mojen take him. The clan chief silences them both. This child will be trained under me personally. Anyone who objects, say it now. Under that gaze, every voice goes quiet. A week passes quickly. In the clan's academy, the academy elder holds forth with confidence. Humans are the wisest of all creatures. Gu worms are the true essence of heaven and earth. Gu worms exist in countless forms throughout this world. They inhabit ore and soil, grass and thicket, even the bodies of wild beasts. Those who harness Gu worms to achieve their goals are called Gu masters. Gu masters are divided across 9 ranks. 7 days ago at the awakening ceremony, you all successfully opened your apertures and formed your primeval seas. As of now, each of you is a rank 1 Gu master. Among this focused group of young students, one stands out, for entirely the wrong reason. The boy beside him leans over and mutters under his breath. Fang Yuan is still asleep. The once celebrated prodigy now spends his days dead drunk, stumbling through the village night after night with a wine jar clutched to his chest. The rising murmurs around him don't disturb him in the slightest. He sleeps on. The academy elder's brow knots. A full week, and still this. He misjudged the boy entirely. Someone like this can't even handle a setback like this. A spirit this weak will never amount to anything, only drain the clan's resources. The elder pushes his thoughts aside and continues. In our clan's history, many great warriors have emerged. 2 of them reached rank 5. The first was the first ancestor, our founding patriarch. He built Guyu village from nothing. The second was our 4th generation clan chief, a man of exceptional talent who cultivated all the way to ancient corpse rank 5. Had that vile demon, the flower wine monk, not ambushed him, he might have reached rank 6. The flower wine monk was himself a rank 5 ancient corpse, a notorious predator who had terrorized the southern border for years, infamous throughout the demonic path. Hundreds of years ago, he drifted to Qingmao Mountain with designs on Guya village, and was seen through by the 4th generation clan chief. After a battle that shook the mountain, the flower wine monk was beaten to his knees, begging for his life. The 4th generation clan chief, kind-hearted, decided to spare him. Then the flower wine monk struck without warning, and dealt the clan chief a mortal wound. Enraged, the clan chief struck him down on the spot, but his own wounds were beyond healing, and he died not long after. In the hearts of every Guyue clansman, the 4th generation clan chief is a hero who gave his life for the village. The voice pulls Fang Yuan slowly awake. The flower wine monk, where exactly did you die? He has searched every corner around the village and found nothing. In his memory, it happens about 2 months from now. A clansman, an ancient corpse realm cultivator, gets drunk over a broken heart. He passes out outside the village. The wine, soaking his clothes, draws a liquor worm to him by accident. The clansman, overjoyed, gives chase. Following the liquor worm's trail, he discovers a hidden cave entrance and dares to go in. Inside, he finds the flower wine monk's remains and inheritance. His cultivation explodes, and for a time he becomes the talk of the entire region. But Fang Yuan only ever heard the rough outline of the story. He never knew the exact location. After all, who plans for rebirth? These past days, Fang Yuan has been buying wine in bulk, wandering the village grounds every night, letting the smell drift out in hopes of drawing the liquor worm into the open. No sign of it, not a trace. If he could find it and refine it as his vital goo, it would far surpass the clan's moonlight goo in every way. He looks out the window and sighs. The 4th month is already here. Time waits for no one. The elder at the academy makes an announcement. It is time for everyone to refine their vital goo worm. When class ends, head to the GU chamber and choose your worm. Focus on refining it until the process is complete, then return to class. This is your first official assessment. Whoever finishes first will earn a generous reward of 10 primeval stones. In a GU master's cultivation, the strength of the GU worm is everything. The young clan members shove past each other, rushing toward the GU chamber. The guard at the entrance shouts, "Everyone line up, one at a time." Eager as they are, they have no choice but to follow orders. Soon it is Fang Yuan's turn to choose. Goo worms are divided into 9 tiers, each corresponding to one of the 9 ranks of Gu Masters. But what the clan has on offer are only rank 1 Gu worms. As a rule, a rank 1 Gu Master can only use rank 1 Gu worms. Attempting to use a higher tier worm beyond one's rank comes at a devastating cost. On top of that, Gu worms must be fed. The upkeep of a high tier worm is simply beyond a low-ranked master's means. For new Gu Masters, barring special circumstances, the first refinement is always the same rank worm. The first Gu worm a master refines carries immense significance. It becomes their vital Gu worm. Should it perish, the master suffers a devastating blow. Fang Yuan had hoped to obtain the liquor worm from the flower wine monk's hidden cache and make it his vital goo. But so far there is no trace of it. To play it safe, he picks a moonlight goo. The moonlight goo is the Guyue clan signature worm. Most clansmen choose it as their vital goo. It is not a naturally occurring worm, but one cultivated through the clan's secret methods. Found nowhere else, it is the defining symbol of the Guyue clan. Yet compared to the moonlight goo, the liquor worm is far more valuable. The moonlight goo may be Guyue village's specialty, but it does not offer a goo master nearly as much as a liquor worm does. After making his selection, Fang Yuan heads to the liquor store and buys 2 more jars of aged wine from the owner. Every day for the past week, he has come here to buy wine, then wandered the outskirts of the village using the scent to lure the liquor worm out. Primeval stones are the currency of this world, used to measure the value of goods. But they are also condensed essence of heaven and earth, a direct aid to a Gyu master's cultivation. They are both money and resource. But at the rate Fang Yuan is spending, no amount of primeval stones would last. 2 jars a day, 7 days straight. The primeval stones he had saved are nearly gone. For a Gyu master, primeval stones are not just wealth, they fuel cultivation itself. Enough of them can accelerate progress and, to some degree, compensate for weaker aptitude. Fang Yuan thinks to himself, tomorrow there will be nothing left to buy wine with. The liquor worm still hasn't shown. Is he really going to have to make the moonlight goo his vital worm? The elder had announced 20 primeval stones for whoever finishes refining first. Everyone is home pushing as hard as they can, racing for that top spot. But refinement is a contest heavily shaped by aptitude. The better your aptitude, the greater your advantage. With his C-grade aptitude, Fang Yuan has no real shot at first place. Then a voice cuts through his thoughts. You really came to the tavern again? Come on, our uncle and aunt want to see you. You can't keep doing this. Don't you know how worried the people who care about you are? In just 1 month, everything has shifted. The brother who once shone has gone dull as mud, while the younger one begins to glow. Guyue Fangzheng feels as though he has stepped out of a dark corner straight into a world flooded with light. He is still adjusting, going from invisible to the center of everyone's attention. He is like an infant taking his first unsteady steps. Stumbling through this new life, he wonders, was this what his brother felt before? It is wonderful and painful all at once. The brother once called a prodigy is now a shadow of his former self. Maybe this is just what growing up looks like. Something clicks for Fang Zheng. His brother was always just an ordinary person. He is the real genius. Fang Zheng calls out again. Fang Yuan, it's time to wake up. But the words land without a ripple. And when he looks into those calm, indifferent eyes, a flicker of fear stirs in him. What is wrong with you, Fang Zheng? Can't even hold your brother's gaze? You've changed. Then Fang Yuan's voice pulls him back. Stop standing there. Let's go. That same expressionless face makes Fang Zheng grit his teeth. He watches his brother walk ahead, the distance between them widening, and follows anyway. The sun sinks in the west. In the blink of an eye, you are both 15, and already showing exceptional aptitude. Fang Zheng, especially. Your uncle and I are proud of you both. Here, 6 primeval stones each. Refining a goo worm drains your resources. Use these to replenish. Fang Yuan takes the pouch without a word. Fang Zheng, on the other hand, lights up. Thank you, Uncle Aunt. I needed these to replenish my primeval essence. He drops to one knee and bows with genuine gratitude. Watching him, the aunt says she wants to make him her own son. Fang Zheng's heart leaps. Without a moment's hesitation, he kneels. Ever since our parents passed, I have longed for a family. The aunt covers her mouth, smiling. Then you are our dear son now. No more uncle and aunt. Laughter fills the room. My dear boy, it was worth every one of those 10 years raising you since you were 5. The uncle then turns to Fang Yuan, seeking his thoughts. Fang Yuan gives a quiet shake of his head. Fang Zheng moves to say something, but the uncle stops him. Fang Yuan is 15 now, old enough to live on his own. He has prepared 200 primeval stones as a parting gift. 200 primeval stones. The sheer sum makes Fang Zheng spin around, but Fang Yuan refuses without hesitation. If there is nothing else, I will take my leave. Guyu Fang Zheng panics. Father, mother, he just needs time. Let me talk to him. The uncle sighs. You cannot force these things. I am already touched that you care. He calls a servant to take Feng Zheng and see him settled. The Guyue clan charter states that the eldest son, upon turning 16, is eligible to inherit the family estate. Fang Yuan's late parents left behind a considerable inheritance, one that 200 primeval stones cannot begin to measure. If Fang Yuan were adopted like Fang Zheng, he would forfeit his right to that inheritance. But at 15, striking out on his own also falls short of the clan's requirements for claiming it. Fang Yuan has slipped out of the trap, but they have already secured Fang Zheng, whose aptitude is A grade. Fang Yuan is merely C grade. All they need to do is catch Fang Yuan in a serious enough mistake before he turns 16, get him expelled from the clan, and his inheritance rights vanish along with him. But someone as sharp as Fang Yuan, would he really make that kind of mistake? So the uncle hardens his heart and decides to set a trap. The boy who once seemed so meek now carries himself with a presence that is hard to ignore. A young maidservant knocks and enters. Young Master Fang Zheng, your hot water is ready? He barely glances up. Bring it in. She was once Fang Yuan's maidservant. Now she has her sights set on Fang Zheng, because Fang Yuan is C grade and Fang Zheng is A grade. Latch onto a talent like that, and she goes from a nobody to somebody overnight. Against the glow of Guyue Village's lanterns, Fang Yuan stands at the window, watching the steady rain, and sighs. 3 days and 3 nights. 3 nights ago, he had set out with 2 jars of aged wine to search the outskirts of the village. Then the the sky cracked open. He was soaked to the bone, and worse, the rain would wash away the wine scent in minutes. The search had to stop. Pushing on through a downpour would only draw suspicion. His act of being a directionless drifter was cover, and he does not underestimate the eyes around him. Only a fool assumes others are foolish. So Fang Yuan pulled back. With the liquor worm out of reach for now, he begins refining the moonlight goo instead, just to be safe. If the liquor worm appears during the process, all the better. If not, then the moonlight goo it is. But Fang Yuan's mind is still as calm water. The unexpected is not a crisis. It is simply part of life. Nothing in this world goes perfectly, and every drop of primeval essence in the primeval sea is precious. It is the very foundation of a goo master's power. His thoughts settle. He reaches into his chest pocket and draws out the moonlight goo. Goo worms are the essence of heaven and earth, vessels of the great Tao and its laws. But they are living creatures too, born wild and free, each with a will of its own. To refine it, Fang Yuan must first extinguish that will. Sensing the threat, the moonlight goo fights back. With only C-grade aptitude, the process will be brutally difficult. Half an hour in, the worm seems completely unaffected. Fang Yuan pauses, but the moonlight goo does not stop fighting. At this rate, within about 6 hours, the moonlight goo will drain Fang Yuan's primeval essence entirely. He would have to start the refinement from scratch. Each refinement attempt is like two armies locked in a war of attrition. The goo worm loses a fraction, while Fang Yuan's primeval essence burns through 3 to 4 times as much. A goo master must continuously replenish the primeval sea while pushing the refinement forward, holding every inch of ground won. It is a test of technique, control over primeval essence, and the patience to endure a long fight. There are 2 ways to replenish spent primeval essence. The first is natural recovery. The primeval sea refills on its own over time. The second is absorbing the natural energy stored within primeval stones. After half an hour, there is still room in the aperture, but Fang Yuan can no longer store more primeval essence. This is the hard ceiling of C-grade aptitude. With only 6 primeval stones, Fang Yuan cannot compete with Guyue Mobe or Guyu Chicheng, backed by their powerful elders. With C-grade aptitude, he cannot match Fang Zheng's A-grade either. This assessment is not his to win, so his real priority remains the liquor worm, far more valuable than any moonlight goo. The rain outside begins to ease. Fang Yuan sits up slowly. 3 days and 3 nights. It is time for this rain to stop. Then a knock at the door. "Young Master Fang Yuan, I have prepared some food and wine to help ease your mind." He is actually a little hungry. He waves her in. The girl beams. "The dishes smell wonderful tonight, young master." Once everything is laid out, she slowly pours 2 cups of wine. "Young master, I was hoping I might be so bold as to share a drink with you tonight. I have always cared for you, young master. No matter what your aptitude is, I want to stay by your side." She leans in close, lips near his ear, and whispers softly, "Tonight, I want to give myself to you, young master. Let me give you a sip of wine first." Before the words are even gone, she tilts the cup to her own lips. "Young master, I am here." Fang Yuan looks at her flushed cheeks. His expression does not change. "What are you still pretending for? A seduction act. That is all this is." The girl freezes, panic rising in her face. "Young master, I do not know what you mean." Fang Yuan's hand closes around Shen Kui's throat. "Our uncle and aunt sent you to do this. There are people waiting downstairs, I would bet. And what exactly are you? You think you have what it takes to play this game with me?" The grip tightens. Shen Kui can barely breathe. Then he lets go. "Shen Kui, do you think I would kill you right now?" That flat expression and the killing intent behind it. Shen Kui bursts into tears. This man would absolutely kill her. "Out of respect for the years you have served me, I will let you go this time. You want to escape your station? Then go find my brother. He is just foolish enough to fall for it. Go find that naive little fool." Staring at Fang Yuan's back, Shen Kui is filled with nothing but regret. Why did she ever cross a devil like him? Fang Yuan had not expected this particular trap. Compared to what they did in his past life, this one is almost creative. He makes sure to remember their kindness. A wise man does not stand beneath a crumbling wall, and he is no wise man. He is something far worse. Without power to back you up, only a fool walks into danger willingly. His old room is no longer safe. Fang Yuan makes his way to the tavern and asks the attendant if any rooms are available. The attendant is all smiles, running through the options and noting that meals can be delivered directly to the room. Fang Yuan takes a premium room, 2 jars of aged wine, and 3 or 4 side dishes. The attendant happily pockets the primeval stones and asks whether he would prefer to dine in his room or in the main hall. Fang Yuan glances out the window. The main hall. He turns things over in his mind. With his C-grade aptitude, refining the moonlight goo will require primeval stones. If the moonlight goo's will is weak, 5 stones may be enough. If it is stubborn, he will need at least 8, and that is cutting it close. In other words, even if he finds the liquor worm, he may not have enough stones left to refine it. But the search must go on. The flower wine monk's hidden cache likely contains a large supply of primeval stones. Everything hinges on that cache. Find it, and every problem is solved. Fail to find it, and his cultivation will fall further and further behind his peers. He had already spent over a week trying to lure the liquor worm out, with nothing to show for it. Just then, a voice drifts over. "Brother Zhang, come on, one more cup." He looks over. A group at the next table is trying to get one man to drink. When he refuses, they assume the wine is not good enough and wave the attendant over for more. The attendant says there is better wine, but it comes at a price. He holds up 2 fingers. "I mean no disrespect, good sirs, but this wine runs 2 primeval stones a jar." The table goes dead silent. "That is not expensive. That is robbery." One of the big men leans forward. "You pulling our leg?" The leader stands and waves his hand. "Forget it, brothers. We have had enough for tonight. Another time." Nearby, someone laughs. All that noise for nothing. Can't afford it? Then sit down and shut up. That does it. The big man slaps the table. Bring it. Bring one of those jars now. The attendant, who had given up hope, transforms on the spot. Right away, sir. One moment. Moments later, the jar lands on the table. The moment it opens, the aroma reaches everyone in the room. The attendant takes a theatrical sniff and announces, "No exaggeration, good sirs. This is the finest green bamboo wine in all of Guyue village. You will not find it anywhere else." He gestures for them to smell for themselves. The scent reaches Fang Yuan. He glances over. The big man is sweating. He bought this on impulse, and the attendant locked in the sale before he could think twice. Now it is too late to back out, but the money is spent, so he throws his shoulders back. "Drink up, brothers. Tonight is on me." The heckler pipes up again. "One small jar for 6 people? That is nothing. If you're so generous, buy a few more." That goading pushes him over the edge. "You have a big mouth, kid. Step outside and say that." The man stands up. Then someone spots the bronze rank insignia at his waist, and the room gasps. A rank 1 Gu master. The man smirks. "You wanted to go? Come on then. Make your move." "What? Lost your nerve? All 6 of you can come at once. Save us both some time." He reaches over and grabs a jar of green bamboo wine off the table. He breathes in the scent and smiles. The big man reads the room fast. "Please, take it. If it pleases you, consider it an apology for any offense." The jar hits the floor. Crash. "You think your apology means anything to me? Look at you hunters, spending 2 primeval stones on wine. I am struggling just to scrape stones together, and you are out here flaunting it. Mortals. The nerve." The hunters shake their heads frantically, insisting they meant no disrespect. They dig out their own primeval stones and bow low. "We meant no harm, master. Please, take these stones with our respect." The single mark on his bronze insignia confirms he is a rank 1 Jew master, but the man looks well into his mid-20s. Judging by the primeval essence radiating from him, he is advanced rank 1, starting at 15 and still only advanced rank 1 in his mid-20s. That points to D-grade aptitude, a full tier below Fang Yuan. He is likely a support type Jew master at that, not even a combat type. And yet, against 6 mortal hunters, he is more than enough. That is the gap between Gu masters and ordinary people. Power puts you above others. That is true in every world. Here, it is just more naked about it. Then someone at Jiangya's table speaks up. "That is enough, Jiangya. You made your point. Stop picking on mortals. It is embarrassing for both of us." Jiangya turns and walks back to his table. 2 steps later, he glances back. "Go ahead, keep drinking your green bamboo wine. Maybe it will help you forget how small you looked just now." No one in the room dares breathe. The spilled wine fills the air. Fang Yuan sets down his chopsticks. He calls over the attendant. "Bring me a jar of the green bamboo wine." The 6 hunters go pale. Ordering that wine right now. It is like slapping Jiangya across the face. But when Jiangya turns and really looks at the young man and senses the faint trace of primeval essence, he realizes this is a junior fellow Gu master. Jiangya offers a greeting. Fang Yuan ignores it entirely. The hunters stare in disbelief. The attendant places a fresh jar of green bamboo wine in front of Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan takes it, stands, and walks calmly toward the door, under every eye in the room. Fang Yuan suspects the story passed down about the flower wine monk hides a deeper truth. His days of searching have also been days of analysis, and something does not add up. If he had found the flower wine monk's hidden cache, why would he report it to the clan instead of keeping it for himself? Greed is human nature. Something must have compelled that Gu master to go against his own desires, to surrender the discovery to the clan leadership rather than take it all. With this jar of green bamboo wine bought, only 2 primeval stones remain. Tonight is his last stand. 3 days of rain have washed the mountain air completely clean. What remains is pure. In air this clear, a jar of fine wine is like a drop of ink on white paper. Impossible to miss. This is one reason Fang Yuan is confident tonight. Those 7 days of searching were not wasted. They proved the flower wine monk did not die in any of those areas. His other advantage, the jar in his hands, the finest wine in all of Guyu village. Green bamboo wine. With all these factors aligned, if it is ever going to happen, it is tonight. Green bamboo wine poured over stone, the scent blooms outward in every direction. Even after he moves on, the fragrance lingers. He pours again on the next stone, again and again. As each stone is soaked, the air fills completely with the scent of Guyu village's finest wine, until the very last pour. Fang Yuan tilts the jar, coaxing out the last drops, onto the heart of a white blossom. The flower trembles under the weight. The wine rolls off the petals and drips onto the leaves below. Fang Yuan's expression dims. Is it really over? Has he failed again? Everything's stacked in his favor, and still not a single sign of the liquor worm. And if he cannot manage it now, the odds only get worse. With 2 primeval stones left, he cannot keep gambling. He still needs to refine the moonlight goo. But sometimes that is just life. A goal that looks so close, so achingly close, turns out to be just out of reach no matter what you do. That is both the cruelty of life and its strange beauty. Fang Yuan raises his eyes to the stars. The chirping of insects cuts clear through the mountain silence. He listens to the world around him. And then something shifts. A small white larva appears on a bamboo stalk. Fang Yuan goes still. That is the liquor worm, the one he has been hunting for days. If it takes flight now, he will never catch it. He has to wait, let it drink until it is drunk and sluggish, then move. Then, in a flash, the liquor worm launches itself off the stalk. In an instant, it lands exactly where Fang Yuan poured the last of the wine. It crawls up onto the flower's leaves, and slowly laps up the wine still clinging to the surface. Fang Yuan watches in silence. Within moments it is drunk and giddy. With every drop absorbed, a rosy flush spreads across the little white creature's face. It is thoroughly drunk now. When it has had its fill, a pulse of green light lifts it into the air. Fang Yuan sees it, and breaks into a run, chasing the glow through the night. Fang Yuan follows the trail of the liquor worm. He crosses hills, wades through rivers, and finally comes to a stop before a cascading waterfall. A flash of joy crosses his face. He has finally found the flower wine monk's hidden cache. Gazing at the rushing water before him, Fang Yuan steps forward with steady, measured strides. He reaches out, feeling his way ahead. Just as he expected, there is a hidden world beyond. But he doesn't let his guard down for even a moment. There could be a venomous snake lurking in the shadows, or a deadly gecko, or a series of traps waiting to be sprung. All of them would be the flower wine monk's doing, or the place could simply be empty. Fang Yuan moves through the narrow passage and at last, a sliver of light. Calm and composed, he presses on. When he reaches the source of the light, he reaches out once more, then slowly eases his body through. By the distance he has traveled, he should be well past the boulder, which means he is now inside the mountain wall itself. He looks around, and there they are, wine sack flower goo and food sack grass goo. In this world, goo worms take many forms. Some resemble chunks of ore, others glitter like blue crystals. Some look like actual insects, like the silkworm-shaped liquor worm, or the flower and grass-shaped goo worms right in front of him. Fang Yuan walks toward a decaying tree wrapped in thick vines. Nestled at its core is the very liquor worm he has been tracking. He reaches in and picks up the tiny creature, dead drunk, limp in his fingers. He tucks it away inside his robe, then his eyes land on a pile of bleached bones. Found you at last, flower wine monk. Just as Fang Yuan moves to tear away the vines tangled around the skeleton, a voice rings out from behind him. I dare you to move. Fang Yuan's heart goes cold. He has been followed. Had his repeated outings drawn unwanted eyes, or was this someone his uncle had sent? The face of that young rank 1 goo master from the inn flashes through his mind. In that single instant, countless possibilities race through him, and he is already calculating an escape. Right now he is nothing but a rank 1 goo master without a vital goo. His combat strength is practically zero. What could he possibly do? Then the next words hit him like a blade. You've been infected by my hidden gate venom. Without my cure, you'll rot from the inside out in 7 days. Fang Yuan speaks through gritted teeth. You want the liquor worm? Take it. As he slowly rises to his feet, another voice erupts behind him, desperate, sobbing. I'll give you everything. Please spare my life. Great flower wine monk. Something clicks. Fang Yuan spins around. On the stone wall, an image shimmers to life. The 4th patriarch of Guyue, on his knees before the flower wine monk, begging for mercy. The flower wine monk sneers. So this is the great hero of Guyu. Pathetic. A rank 5 goo master at such a young age. I thought you were someone worth knowing. Looks like I was wrong. The 4th patriarch weeps and prostrates himself. Compared to you, I am nothing. I failed to recognize your greatness. I have offended you. Please, in the name of our clan's hospitality, spare my life. The flower wine monk scoffs. Hospitality? You call that hospitality? I came to you in good faith, offering fair trade, primeval stones for moon orchid, and you welcomed me with a smile and poison in my cup. But you greatly underestimated me. I, the flower wine monk, have roamed this world on flower and wine. Did you really think a little poison would bring me down? If you had cooperated, none of this would have happened. But you tried to use my head as your stepping stone. You brought this upon yourself. The 4th patriarch slams his forehead to the ground. Please just spare my miserable life. Our clan has primeval stones from the spirit spring, and we grow vast fields of moon orchid in the underground caverns. I will swallow your slave goo and serve you faithfully, my lord. Your word will be my command. A slave goo of that caliber would be a rare and precious goo, not something the flower wine monk would give away. But he had no fear of betrayal. The 4th patriarch had already been infected by the hidden gate venom goo, and only the flower wine monk held the cure. The flower wine monk laughs in his face. Very well. From now on, you will deliver 30 jin of flower petals and 3,000 primeval stones every week. I will come to collect, and each time I do, I will give you 1 dose of the antidote, just enough to keep your miserable life going. The moment the words leave his mouth, the 4th patriarch clutches at his legs, weeping with gratitude for being spared. The flower wine monk has nothing but contempt for grovelers like this. He tells him to stop the pathetic display and focus on delivering his tribute. In the next instant, a sharp, searing pain courses through the flower wine monk's entire body. He kicks the 4th patriarch across the cavern. As the flower wine monk convulses, the 4th patriarch speaks, calm now, almost amused. Ha! Those of the demonic path are hunted by all. This is the moon shadow goo, a rank 4 Jew worm that specializes in concealment and suppressing the primeval essence within the primeval sea. You fought hard to get here, demon. Your Gyu worms must be nearly spent. So surrender, serve me well, keep me satisfied, and I might consider letting you live. But the flower wine monk would never bow to anyone. He strikes in an instant, sending the 4th patriarch crashing down with severe injuries. The elders rush in from all sides. Every one of them is a madman. Kill this demon. Avenge the patriarch. The moon shadow goo is already suppressing his primeval essence. The longer this drags on, even his primeval sea will be at risk. The flower wine monk lets out a wild, defiant laugh. You all want to die? Then come at me. All of you. With what little strength remained, he tore through Guyue's finest. The clan elders fell one by one. He wanted to finish off that treacherous patriarch on the spot, but the poison raging through his body forced him to retreat. He would repay this debt another day. Fang Yuan watches as the scene plays out again on the stone wall. Now everything makes sense. The technique that etched both image and sound into the stone. That must be the echo imprint goo, a goo worm the flower wine monk had planted here. It carves memories into stone and projects them back out, feeding only on moonlight and an ambient sound to sustain itself. The goo master in his past life who discovered this place must have seen the same recording and been seized by fear. The elders who had survived that battle were long reduced to dust. But to guard against the flower wine monk's return, the truth must have been passed down quietly through the clan's upper ranks. Had that goo master tried to keep this cache for himself and been found out later, the clan's leadership would have destroyed him. So after weighing his options, he chose to report it, a gesture of loyalty that, as it turned out, rewarded him well. But that does not mean Fang Yuan will make the same choice. A cache this hard to find belongs to the one who finds it. Why share even a crumb? And if he gets caught, no risk, no reward. That goo master was simply a coward. Fang Yuan tears the vines away from the skeleton. He scatters the bones with a kick. Then he searches the remains with his hands. At last, a cloth pouch. He opens it. 15 primeval stones. Broke even in death. After the brutal battle and the moon shadow goo's poisoning, the flower wine monk would have spent most of his primeval stones on healing. 15 left over is actually impressive. Goo worms are living creatures. They need to be fed, and most are picky about it. Grass and flower type goo have modest needs, but this hidden cave had not seen a single ray of sunlight. The flower wine monk and the fourth patriarch were at the same rank, but his goo worms had been depleted in the fight. To heal himself here, he would have relied on the wine sack flower goo and food sack grass goo. In the end, the moon shadow goo's lingering effects dragged him to his death. 300 years had passed. Whatever goo worms remained on him had all perished. The only survivors were the echo imprint goo sealed within the stone wall, and the liquor worm. But the wine sack flower goo, starved without a food source, had withered away one by one, taking the liquor worm's food supply with them. That forced the liquor worm to venture outside in search of wild wine sack flowers, until the rich, heady scent of green bamboo wine lured it straight to Fang Yuan. The echo imprint goo can only record once. It is a single-use goo worm, already spent. That makes the liquor worm the true prize of this entire expedition. No wonder that past goo master chose to report it. The gain was too small. The risk was enormous. From what Fang Yuan remembered, that goo master had already reached rank 3. The liquor worm was only rank 1, barely worth his time. Precious to Fang Yuan. Disposable to him. And by reporting it, that goo master had walked away with a handsome reward from the clan. Fang Yuan will make no such trade. And there is something else. The cache may seem like just the liquor worm and a handful of stones, but the real value, the real weapon, is this stone wall with the echo imprint goo. More precisely, the recording it endlessly replays. That footage can be sold to rival villages. Hard evidence like this, proof of the Guyue clan's shameful past, the leadership of the other 2 villages on Qingmao Mountain would pay well for it. And since the recording contains no devastating techniques, it poses no real threat to anyone who handles it. Fang Yuan may be a member of the Guyue clan, but expecting anything from his clan would be naive. He will never be that naive again. He will never rely on anyone again. In this world, you can only count on yourself. Fang Yuan walked slowly out of the hidden cave. They said the remains were found in an underground cave, but this is no underground chamber. This is the interior of the mountain wall itself. No wonder it took him 7 straight days to find it. After his past life clan discovered this place, they must have immediately destroyed all traces of the entrance, and then spread a mix of truth and lies to mislead the rest of the clan. None of that matters now. The flower wine monk's hidden cache has been stripped bare. The haul was modest, but not surprising. More importantly, Fang Yuan's original goal is now in hand. He has what he came for. Now it is time to hole up at the inn and focus entirely on refining the GU worm. Once he has a vital goo, he can return to the academy, claim a place in the student dormitories, and tap into the clan's cultivation resources. Fang Yuan had 2 primeval stones left to his name. Now he has 15 more, 17 in total. For a Jew master, that is barely anything. With his C-grade aptitude, his aperture can hold at most 44% of a full primeval C. The rate at which goo worms reject primeval essence far outpaces his recovery. To refine a goo worm, he will need external support, primeval stones. The weaker a goo worm's will, the less it resists. But every living thing fights to survive. Refining the moonlight goo would cost him 5 primeval stones at minimum, 8 at most. Refining the liquor worm would cost at least 11, and as many as 16. Both the liquor worm and the moonlight goo are goo worms of unusual rank, but the liquor worm is far more valuable and far harder to refine. In other words, with 17 primeval stones in hand, after refining the liquor worm, he will have 6 left at best, and if luck turns against him, he may be left with just 1. A knock sounds at the door. The inn attendant shuffles over, half asleep, wondering who could possibly be knocking at this hour. Then he sees who it is, and goes quiet for a moment. Then tripping over his own words, "Young master, what an honor to open the door for you at this hour. Are you hungry? Shall I wake the cook and have something prepared?" Fang Yuan simply asks for hot water to wash up. The attendant bows deeply and promises to bring it right away. As he hurries off, a thought crosses his mind. If only he had the aptitude to become a goo master. Goo masters wield power far beyond ordinary people, but the cost is just as extraordinary. The first hurdle is wealth, cultivation, battle, refining GU worms, trading, all of it runs on primeval stones. And as a GU master's rank grows, so does the hunger for resources. Without powerful backing, the path of cultivation is brutal. A candle is lit, the inn attendant rushes in with hot water, and even his exit is performed with careful, reverent steps. Fang Yuan washes up quickly, then he sits on the bed, quietly relieved. He finally has the liquor worm, and the liquor worm is far more valuable than the moonlight goo. In a very real sense, it is a goo worm capable of elevating a goo master's aptitude. He gazes at the small white larva resting in his palm. palm. Primeval essence rises from his hand like heat off stone. He intends to refine this liquor worm into his vital goo. Primeval essence surges from his primeval sea, flooding into his palm. He is only at rank 1, early stage, but with the liquor worm refining and elevating his primeval essence, he would effectively have the primeval essence of a rank 1, mid-stage goo master. The difference that makes is difficult to put into words, but he does not yet have control over it. Only by refining it into his vital goo can he wield it freely. So he wastes no time. He begins the refinement, but what happens next catches him completely off guard. The liquor worm's resistance is ferocious, burning through his primeval essence more than twice as fast as the moonlight goo ever did. But no matter what it takes, he will see this through. As the primeval essence in his primeval sea drains steadily away, beads of sweat begin to trace down Fang Yuan's forehead. It is only now that the truth hits him. This liquor worm was almost certainly the flower wine monk's vital goo. The flower wine monk was a rank 5 powerhouse, and this liquor worm had once been rank 5 as well. But centuries of starvation had ground its rank all the way down to rank 1. Its power was gone. Its will was not. Just as Fang Yuan had suspected, this liquor worm had been the flower wine monk's vital goo. The monk had spent years purging its natural instincts and forging it through countless battles across the land. Even in death, the monk's warrior will lived on inside this worm. Refining it now meant going head-to-head against the willpower of a rank 5 legend. That was a world apart from refining an ordinary goo worm. At this rate, finishing the refinement within a month was impossible, unless a more powerful goo master used the aura of a rank 2, or even rank 3 goo worm to crush this worm's will to its lowest point. Then the work would be cut in half. But in his current situation, that kind of help was a fantasy, which meant 17 primeval stones would never be enough. He would need at least 30. Then, after a while, his stomach growls. With no better option, Fang Yuan sets aside the problem of primeval stones and goes to get something to eat first. The inn attendant sets out the food and drink. Fang Yuan has barely picked up the first piece of meat when Fang Zheng storms in. "Why are you staying at the inn? Why didn't you come home to sleep?" Fang Yuan ignores him completely, eating in silence one bite at a time. Fang Zheng presses on. "What did you do to Shen Kui? Ever since she left your room yesterday, she hasn't stopped crying. The more I tried to comfort her, the harder she cried." Fang Yuan glances at him, expressionless, then goes back to eating, unhurried. That silence breaks Fang Zheng. He snaps. "Guyue Fang Yuan, how could you? Shen Kui has served you for years. I've seen how devoted she is. I understand your hurting, your aptitude, everything you've been through, but you cannot take it out on others. That is not fair to her." The words are barely out of his mouth before Fang Yuan slaps him across the face. "Watch your mouth. Is that any way to speak to your older brother? Shen Kui is a servant girl. You would throw away everything between us for a maid?" Fang Zheng's face crumples. "This is the first time you've ever hit me. Yes, I tested at A-grade aptitude, and you only have C-grade, but you can't blame me for that. That is heaven's arrangement." Another slap. "You naive fool. Do you remember nothing? How I looked after you all these years? When our parents died and we had nothing? When New Year came and our uncle and aunt gave us only one new coat between the two of us, who wore it? You did. You loved honeyed congee as a child, so I had the kitchen make you an extra bowl every single day. When others picked on you, who was it that made them pay? I could go on, but I won't. And now you come here and speak to me like this, over a maidservant? Fine. If you have already abandoned our parents and found yourself a new family, then what am I to you anymore?" Fang Zheng's voice breaks. "How can you say that? You know how much I've always longed for a real family." Fang Yuan cuts him off before he can finish. "From today, you are no longer my brother, and I am no longer yours. You want Shen Kui? Don't worry, I haven't touched her. She's still untouched. Give me 6 primeval stones and she's yours. From that day forward, she's your personal maidservant." Watching Fang Zheng's face twist with tension, Fang Yuan continues. "There's nothing wrong with how you feel. Be honest about it. All that hiding helps no one. And if you don't want the deal, forget I mentioned it." He has not even finished the sentence before Fang Zheng blurts out that he wants it. He just doesn't have quite 6 primeval stones on him right now. Fang Yuan takes the pouch Fang Zheng holds out. He opens it to find that one of the stones has already had much of its primeval essence drained. 5.5 stones. But Fang Yuan knows this is everything Fang Zheng has. He has never had savings to speak of. These 6 stones were a recent gift from their uncle and aunt. Fang Yuan pockets them without a word and tells him he can go. Fang Zheng opens his mouth. Fang Yuan's expression turns cold. "Leave, before I change my mind." Fang Zheng walks toward the inn's entrance on unsteady legs. His expression is a knot of conflicting emotions, but when he lifts his eyes to the bright morning sky, something like joy blooms in his chest. He can finally have Shen Kui, properly, openly, with nothing to hide. Fang Zheng walks out without looking back. Fang Yuan stands there expressionless for a long moment. The inn attendant comes over and mentions that the food has gone cold. Should he have it reheated? Fang Yuan doesn't hear a word. His gaze drifts like smoke, lost somewhere in memory. The attendant waits, gets no response, and quietly retreats. Time passes, how much it's hard to say. The memories slowly dissolve like smoke in still air. Fang Yuan looks down. The steam has long left the food. It sits there, cold and still. He turns and speaks quietly. "Have it reheated." From this moment on, something behind his eyes grows colder and sharper. Meanwhile, in the main hall of the Fengji bloodline, Uncle sits with a deep crease between his brows. His voice is ice. "Your brother really said all that?" Fang Zheng nods, respectful and careful. "When I found him, he was eating at the inn. Everything happened exactly as I described." Uncle says nothing. His brow furrows deeper and deeper. Finally, a long, heavy sigh. "Fang Zheng, my child, you must understand, Shen Kui was not Fang Yuan's to sell. She was assigned to him by us. This was not his transaction to make. And if you wanted her, You should have come to us from the start. We would have simply reassigned her to you. Fang Zheng stares, jaw dropping. He lets out a stunned sound. Uncle waves a hand. Go on, go. Since you've given the stones to Fang Yuan, I'll put 6 more to your account. But listen, use them for cultivation this time. Win first place in the upcoming competition. We will all be proud of you. Fang Zheng is overcome. Tears pour down his face. Father, I have failed you. I am so ashamed. Uncle's expression darkens. He sighs and waves him off. Go practice. You've wasted enough time already. The moment Fang Zheng is gone, a sharp crack. Uncle's palm slams down on the table. That cunning little rat, he growls under his breath. He had the nerve to sell what belongs to us. Aunt steps forward gently. Calm down, dear. It's only 6 stones. But Uncle's fury does not cool. You don't understand. Fang Yuan has C-grade aptitude. Refining the moonlight goo costs primeval stones. For a first-timer with no technique, 6 stones wouldn't even be enough. But now he has 12. That is more than enough to refine a vital goo. Uncle's jaw tightens. The weaker Fang Yuan's cultivation, the less chance he has of reclaiming the inheritance in a year. We must throttle his progress now, while he's young, while he's just starting. Make sure he falls behind from the very beginning. The academy only rewards its top students with resources. With his aptitude, the moment he falls behind, the resources stop flowing. And without resources, he falls further behind. That vicious cycle, left to run, and in 1 year, he will have no power to claim anything. Aunt frowns. But even without our interference, he'll only reach rank 1, mid-stage at best. You are rank 2. Why worry about him at all? Uncle stamps his foot. You see so little. A man of my standing cannot brawl with a junior, and his claim to the inheritance is legally sound. I cannot block it directly. The only way is through the clan's rules. We push for a formal charter. Anyone seeking to claim family assets at 16 must have reached at least rank 1, mid-stage cultivation. Otherwise, Fang Yuan proves himself unfit to inherit anything. Do you understand now? But that boy is terrifyingly sharp. He even saw through the honey trap. What kind of mind does he have? It frightens me. We had barely begun to scheme and he moved out. I planned to use Shen Kui to watch him, to disrupt him, and instead she got dismissed and he walked away 6 stones richer. If only he were as simple as Fang Zheng. Treat Fang Zheng well going forward. A great aptitude, and clearly resentful of Fang Yuan. Nurture that feeling. That jealousy properly guided will be our sharpest weapon against him. 2 days pass in the blink of an eye. Fang Yuan sits cross-legged on his bed, eyes closed, copper-hued primeval essence flowing as he pours all his focus into refining the liquor worm. Every step is a struggle against the liquor worm's ironclad will. 2 full days and nights, 2 hours of rest per day, 12 primeval stones spent, and the refinement has barely reached 1/15 of the way. By now, some of the other students must be close to completing their refinement, but Fang Yuan feels no frustration. Falling behind for the moment means nothing. And then, the liquor worm suddenly curls in on itself, coiling into a tight ball. Fang Yuan's eyes snap open. He recognizes this immediately. The backlash. He doesn't panic. If anything, a quiet thrill runs through him. Going all in, fine. If he can weather this backlash, the liquor worm's will would be shattered. But for the duration of this clash, he must hold his focus completely. One outside disturbance and the entire refinement collapses. All he can do is hope no one interrupts him. Just as he steels himself to push his aperture to its limit and go 300 rounds against that ironclad will, something extraordinary happens. A goo worm appears. It rises from above his primeval sea. A cicada, its form so exquisitely crafted it looks like a master artisan shaped it from brown wood and living leaves. Fang Yuan's breath stops. He stares at that delicate silhouette, and the name tears out of him. Spring Autumn Cicada! A thunderous surge. Something vast and primordial, thin as a thread yet heavy as a mountain, erupts from deep within him. Against this aura, the liquor worm's will is an ant before an elephant, a roach before a predator. It is swallowed whole, consumed without a trace, like a wave swallowed by a tsunami. Then that same tsunami crashes against something immovable and shatters. It breaks apart in an instant, falling back into the primeval sea like rain. Within just a few breaths, the spring-autumn cicada's aura spreads again, settling like a weight over the entire primeval sea. Fang Yuan seems to hear a low, resonant hum. The spring-autumn cicada's aura presses down on every inch of the primeval sea, like an invisible hand smoothing the surface of a vast ocean into stillness. The pressure on his chest is immense, as if an invisible mountain has been set upon him. But Fang Yuan is not afraid. Joy surges through him instead, rich and overwhelming. The spring-autumn cicada came back with me. It was never a one-use goo. It can be used again and again. The spring-autumn cicada was rank 6. It was the first and last rank 6 goo worm Fang Yuan had ever possessed in his past life. He had spent every resource and trick at his disposal, 30 years of careful work, just to refine it. And the moment it was finally his, the heroes of the righteous path closed in and cut him down. After his rebirth, Fang Yuan found no trace of the spring-autumn cicada. He had assumed it was gone, but it had been there all along, dormant inside his body, its vitality so depleted from reversing 500 years of time that even its own master could not sense it. Now the spring-autumn cicada has returned. But the situation is far from settled. It had been sleeping and healing since the rebirth. Its appearance now was not intentional. It had sensed the crisis within the aperture and been startled awake by the liquor worm's will, but it is still desperately weak. Its aura flickers, unstable, barely holding together. Fang Yuan feels both anguish and relief at once, because if it were any stronger, the trouble would be catastrophic. If the spring-autumn cicada were at its peak, Fang Yuan's rank 1 aperture could not contain it for a single moment. The sheer weight of its aura would rupture him from the inside out. Only because it has been ground down to near nothing can his aperture hold it at all. Fang Yuan had abandoned the moonlight goo and gone to great lengths to secure the liquor worm, all so he could refine it into his vital goo. But it turns out he has had a vital goo all along. He can feel it now, that quiet, intimate bond between himself and the spring-autumn cicada. A storm of feeling rises in his chest, too vast to name. The rush of joy doesn't cloud Fang Yuan's mind. Once he calms down, he channels a trace of the spring-autumn cicada's aura. The liquor worm, which had been completely still, as if dead, trembles all over the moment that aura touches it, like a mouse cornered by a cat. Fang Yuan laughs and seizes the moment, surging his primeval essence forward. The copper-hued primeval essence that had been creeping forward against the liquor worm's stubborn resistance now floods in like a burst dam, unstoppable, pouring into the liquor worm without a shred of resistance. In mere seconds, the liquor worm transforms from a white pearl into a plump green caterpillar. The newly refined liquor worm dissolves into a streak of white light, passing straight through Fang Yuan's bronze barrier and flying into his aperture. It gives the spring-autumn cicada, frail and dormant at the center, a wide berth and dives straight into the bronze primeval sea. On the emerald surface, it stretches out lazily, wiggling its pudgy body every now and then, as if soaking in a warm bath. With the spring-autumn cicada now in hand, Fang Yuan scraps his old plan. He takes out the moonlight goo. Using the same method, he lets slip a trace of the spring-autumn cicada's aura, and the moonlight goo's will is crushed on the spot. He then drives his primeval essence surging toward the moonlight goo. In the blink of an eye, the moonlight goo is stained jade green. When Fang Yuan withdraws his primeval essence, the moonlight goo returns to its original form, a clear blue crystal. Just days ago, the same refining process had cost him 6 primeval stones in total. Tonight, all it took was the copper-hued primeval essence already stored in his aperture. After being refined, the moonlight goo doesn't enter his aperture. Instead, with a single thought, it transforms into a pale blue crescent mark that settles right in the center of Fang Yuan's forehead. Compared to the grueling refining sessions before, this feels nothing short of divine. With the spring-autumn cicada, refining any rank 1 goo worm is now effortless. Trivial even. The difference between before and after is like heaven and earth. He had given up on first place. Now fate has flipped the table. Wasting no time, Fang Yuan heads straight to the academy to claim his prize. A quarter of an hour later, the academy gate is struck with repeated knocks. The academy elder, already asleep, jolts awake and sits up with a scowl. "Who's out there at this hour?" Gongjin's voice comes from outside. "Elder, sir, one of this year's students has successfully refined the moonlight goo. You ordered us to report the moment someone claimed first place, no matter the hour." The elder frowns, climbs out of bed, and dresses as he speaks. "Which student? Don't tell me it's Gu Yue Fang Zheng. The A-grade one? It seems to be someone from the Fang branch," the guard outside replies. "I came to inform you the moment I heard." The elder chuckles to himself. "Of course it's him. Who else could it be? Even if the B-grade students burn through primeval stones, they still fall short. That's exactly why aptitude matters so much." "Well said, sir," the guard agrees. Candlelight fills the hall, a dozen flames flickering to life. The attendant on duty has already learned the situation, yet under the bright candlelight, he stares at the boy before him in disbelief. "Wait, you said you're Gu Yu Fang Yuan, not Gu Yu Fang Zheng?" Fang Yuan gives a small, calm nod. Just then, the academy elder strides in with a broad smile, heading straight toward Fang Yuan. He claps a hand on Fang Yuan's shoulder. "Well done, Fang Zheng. I knew you wouldn't disappoint me. A true A-grade talent. The others simply can't keep up." He laughs heartily. Fang Yuan calmly steps back, slipping free of the elder's hand. "Elder," he says evenly, "you have the wrong person. I am Gu Yu Fang Yuan. Gu Yu Fang Zheng is my younger brother." The elder's smile vanishes. He stares, brow furrowed for a long moment. "You're truly Gu Yu Fang Yuan?" "I am," Fang Yuan replies without hesitation. The elder presses further, disbelief written all over his face. "And you've truly refined the moonlight goo?" In answer, Fang Yuan lets the crescent mark on his forehead shine through, his gaze steady and unwavering. "Exactly so," the elder asks again, voice heavy. "Then, you're this year's top student?" It's a foolish question, but it's hard to blame him. Nothing about this situation makes sense. Fang Yuan pretends to think it over, scratching his nose. "If no one beat me to it, then yes, that would be me." By now the darkness in the sky has begun to fade. The sun rises slowly from the eastern mountains. In the morning light, a figure sprints toward the academy, buzzing with excitement. He thinks to himself, days of hard training, 2 primeval stones spent, a sleepless night pushing through until dawn. He's finally refined the moonlight goo. With A-grade aptitude and that level of effort, surely no one could have beaten him. Imagining the look on his uncle and aunt's faces when he shares the news, Fang Zheng feels a swell of genuine pride and joy. The urgency puts a spring in his step. Just you wait, he thinks. Every clan member who ever looked down on me. And Fang Yuan, too. From today, Gu Yu Fang Zheng is someone you can't afford to ignore. But when he reaches the academy gate, the 2 guards on duty stare at him with puzzled expressions. "Gu Yu Fang Yuan, you're back again?" Fang Zheng blinks. "My brother was just here." He shakes his head, brushing it off, never imagining for a moment that Fang Yuan could have claimed first place. With a confident, almost haughty air, he clasps his hands toward the guards. "I'm not Gu Yue Fang Yuan. I'm Gu Yue Fang Zheng. I've successfully refined my vital goo. I'm here to collect the top prize." The guard on the left widens his eyes. "You 2 brothers really do look alike." No wonder the elder got confused. confused. The guard on the right cuts in. You're too late. Last night at midnight, your brother Guyu Fang Yuan already met with the elder and claimed the top prize. Fang Zheng's eyes go wide with shock. You can't be serious, he snaps. My brother is C grade. How could he possibly take first place? The guard on the right looks slightly put out but keeps his tone even. It's true. Why would we joke about something like this? The other guard adds, the academy elder has confirmed it personally. The rankings will be posted shortly. What? Your brother didn't tell you? Fang Zheng stands frozen at the gate. He can't begin to process what he's just heard. The rivals he had mentally prepared for were Guyue Mobei and Guyue Chicheng, both A grade, both backed by the two most powerful branch clans in the family, each with a grandfather who served as a council elder and more than enough resources. But the one who claimed first place is none of them. It's Guyue Fang Yuan, his brother, C grade aptitude, who fell apart after the awakening ceremony, sleeping through every class, who drank himself into a stupor and disappeared for nights on end, who bullied Shen Kui, who slapped him twice across the face, who took every single primeval stone he had, the shadow that has loomed over him, heavy and suffocating. All this time passes, the sun climbs higher, a new notice goes up on the academy's board, 2 names in order, Fang Yuan, Fang Zheng. With the rankings posted, the news begins to spread. The students who had shut themselves away to refine their GU worms erupt in disbelief. How is this possible? Fang Zheng at the top, fine, I'd believe that, but Fang Yuan? He's C grade. An A grade student losing to a C grade? That's utterly unthinkable. In the small courtyard of the Mo branch clan at Guyue village, Council Elder Guyu Mo Chen sits at his desk, gazing out at the spring scenery, sipping his tea with an unhurried air. Mo Bei still hasn't gone back to refining? The steward steps forward quickly. Ever since he heard about Fang Yuan this morning, young Master Mo Bei has been shaken. He's lost the will to continue refining the moonlight goo. It's a real shame. He was so close. If Fang Zheng had taken first, that would be one thing. But losing to Fang Yuan, a C grade of all people, it's no wonder his spirit is broken. Guyu Mo Chen lets out a cold snort. Stop making excuses for him. Cultivation is hard every step of the way. What is this? A setback worth brooding over? Fang Yuan is C grade. He got lucky. He must have ended up with a moonlight goo that had a weak will. If Mo Bei can't see through that, if he can't take a hit this small, how will he ever carry the Mo bloodline against the Qi clan? No one is to comfort him. Let him sit with it. The steward doesn't dare argue. Yes, sir. At almost the same moment, across at the Qi branch clan, a young man steps into the room. He bows, disappointment etched across his face. Grandfather, Qi Cheng greets. Guyu Qilian looks at his only grandson with a gentle tone. You've heard the news. I called you here so it doesn't throw you off. When it comes to refining a vital goo, what matters is aptitude first, then the goo worm itself. Fang Yuan is only C grade. He probably just got lucky with a moonlight goo that had a weak will. There's no reason for you to feel disheartened. He may share your grade, but he doesn't have your backing. You'll surpass him soon enough. Keep your sights high. Fang Zheng with his A grade aptitude is your real rival. Do you understand? The defeat on Guyue Chicheng's face gives way to burning resolve. I understand, grandfather. Thank you. Guyue Qilian nods, satisfied. You may not have the highest aptitude, but your grandfather will back you fully. I'll use a rank 3 goo worm's aura to suppress the moonlight goo's will for you. That will let you refine it quickly. In the blink of an eye, nearly 10 days have passed since Fang Yuan refined his vital goo and claimed first place. Now, on the training arena, sprawling 3 acres beneath a canopy of deep green, the academy elder addresses the students. This is your first lesson. I will teach you how to use the Guyue clan's signature goo worm, the moonlight goo. Whether or not you chose the moonlight goo as your vital goo, pay close attention. This isn't just about one worm, it's a classic ranged attack technique with broad applications. He extends his right hand, fingers spread wide and palm facing up so all the students can see. First, use your will to move the moonlight goo into your palm. As he speaks, the crescent mark that represents the moonlight goo travels down his arm and settles into the center of his palm. Then channel your primeval essence from your aperture into the moonlight goo. His silver-hued primeval essence flows toward the crescent in his palm, converging around it. The students gasp and murmur in awe. That's incredible. It's so beautiful. The elder raises his palm high. The moonlight goo, now charged with powerful primeval essence, blazes with brilliant light. Watch carefully. The final step, release it like this. The moment the words leave his mouth, his raised arm sweeps forward in a single smooth arc, launching the light from his palm into a compact, razor-edged moon blade. It flies straight and strikes a straw puppet 10 meters away. With a sharp hiss, the moon blade slices clean through the puppet's neck, 30 centimeters thick. The puppet's body sways and the heavy head drops to the ground. The students around him all stare with wide eyes, buzzing with excitement about what they just saw. Only Fang Yuan stands apart, expressionless, unmoved, blending into the crowd. In his past life, he reached rank 6, founded the Bloodwing demonic sect in the central region, commanded tens of thousands of followers, and was feared as a titan of the demonic path. This academy elder is a rank 3 GU master at best. A display like this barely registers. The academy elder then has every student who refined the moonlight GU take a position, 1 straw puppet each, and practice the same technique. This generation of the Guyue clan had over 100 young participants in the awakening ceremony. Of those, 57 possessed cultivation aptitude. 35 of them chose the moonlight goo, and after days of effort, all 35 had already refined it successfully. The students quickly get to work, moving the moonlight goo into their palms, pouring in their copper-hued primeval essence, just as the elder demonstrated. But when they fling the force toward their straw puppets, the faint crescent blades scatter into blue sparks before they've even traveled 2 meters. Some can't even control the direction. Blades crash into each other or veer wildly into the air. The students frown in frustration. It looks so simple when the elder did it. Now that they're trying trying it themselves, they realize there's a real craft to it. The elder, who has watched this scene play out every year, shows no surprise, just a quiet smile. As time passes, the students slowly manage to keep their moon blades from falling apart, but those who can actually land a hit on their straw puppet are few and far between. And when a moon blade does connect, it's pure dumb luck. Fang Yuan stands to the side, going through the motions, waving his palm a few times, charging the moonlight goo, but never releasing it, just putting on a show. He scans the chaos around him. No one is watching. With a thought, he shifts and releases his hold on the moonlight goo. His palm tilts at a slight angle, cutting through the air in a clean chopping motion. To avoid drawing attention, he doesn't aim at the puppet directly in front of him. Instead, he targets one off to his left. With a sharp whoosh, a moon blade cuts through the air and strikes the straw puppet cleanly in the neck. The puppet shudders. The moon blade carves through more than half its neck, but the severed green stalks quickly begin to regrow, knitting themselves back together. These are rank 1 straw puppets. Unless cut completely in two in a single strike, the wound heals itself within moments. Clean hits are rare in this chaos, so Fang Yuan's casual strike produces the most visible result on the field so far. A wave of surprised cries breaks out among the watching students. Even the academy elder's attention snaps to the scene. He looks toward the student standing near that puppet. That moon blade just now, well executed. Was that yours? The student shifts awkwardly. In all honesty, he has no idea if that moon blade was his. The field was too chaotic, blades flying in every direction, but he nods anyway, on instinct. The students around him immediately start asking who he is. Guyumobe grits his teeth in frustration. If even he can land a hit, I have no excuse to give up. Nearby, Guyue Fangjung lets out a quiet breath of relief. So it wasn't his brother. After his uncle and aunt's reassurances, he had fully recovered from the earlier blow. First place was just luck. Fang Yuan must have gotten a moonlight goo with a weak will. Luck alone won't carry a goo master. The elder sees the nod and pats the student on the shoulder. Well done. Keep at it. Hold on to that feeling. The elder seizes the moment to address the group. Listen up. This is your assignment. Practice after class. In 3 days, I'll assess your results, and whoever performs best earns 10 primeval stones. The students erupt in excitement at the mention of a reward, but 3 minutes later, the moon blades in the air grow sparse. Each moon blade burns through nearly 10% of their primeval essence. For some students, it's even worse. With only 38% copper-hued primeval essence stored in their apertures, they can manage no more than 3 moon blades in a row. Watching all of this, the academy elder sighs. This is exactly why aptitude matters. Mastering the moon blade comes down to practice, nothing more. Higher aptitude means more primeval essence stored, faster recovery, and more chances to train. Those with weaker aptitude can compensate with primeval stones, buy more practice time, but those with neither aptitude nor stones. The will is there, but the power is not. Cultivation is brutal. Only those with high aptitude deserve my attention. As the sun sets, the day's lessons come to an end. The students file out of the academy in small groups, excited about everything they learned, especially the moonlight goo's attack. They want to buy straw puppets from the academy's Jew master to practice at home. Among the crowd, Fang Yuan walks alone, unhurried. The Academy's Jew chamber holds a wide variety of rank 1 Jew worms. Fang Yuan's Moonlight Goo had been a free selection from there. Students are given a free pick at regular intervals, but any additional Jew worms must be purchased. Fang Yuan has no intention of refining more Goo worms for now. Instead, he steps into the small shop next to the Jew chamber. The rank 1 Jew master running the shop spots Fang Yuan and keeps serving customers, while calling out a greeting. Oh, it's you. Fang Yuan blinks. This is the same young Goo master who had bullied the hunter back at the inn. Fang Yuan gives a flat nod. So it's you. Jiang Ye pulls more straw puppets from the back and hands them to waiting students, chatting amiably toward Fang Yuan at the same time. Here to buy a straw puppet? Just 3 primeval stones, only 7 left. Wait much longer and they'll be gone. Fang Yuan shakes his head. He thinks to himself, Jiang Ye really knows how to run a business. A straw puppet is made from straw and bone, plus the primeval essence put into it. The actual cost is half a primeval stone at most. The other students, unaware of any of this, are already pulling out primeval stones. Jiang Ye's line about limited stock has them anxious. Hey, that's not fair. First come, first served. Why does he get priority? In no time, the students walk off happily clutching their straw puppets. Jiang Ye notices Fang Yuan still standing there. He grins. Those were the last 7, but I actually have an 8th one tucked away in reserve. Missed this chance and it's really gone. Fang Yuan shakes his head without interest. He reaches into his pocket, sets 1 primeval stone on the counter, and asks for 10 moon orchid petals. Jiang Ye pauses, gives Fang Yuan a long look, then sweeps the stone off the counter. He slides open a drawer beneath the counter and produces a paper packet. 10 moon orchid petals, not 1 less. Count them yourself. Fang Yuan checks the count on the spot. Everything is in order. He turns and leaves the shop. In this world, Goo worms are living creatures. They must be fed. A Goo master must know not only how to refine and use Goo worms, but how to keep them alive. Take Fang Yuan's 3 Goo worms. The moonlight Goo eats moon orchid petals. 2 meals a day, morning and evening, 2 petals each time. The liquor worm needs wine. 1 jar of green bamboo wine lasts it 4 days. The spring-autumn cicada is stranger still. It draws sustenance directly from the river of time, needing nothing from Fang Yuan at all. Back at the inn, Fang Yuan eats his meal and runs the numbers in his head. At his current rate, he burns through 1 primeval stone per day. That 1 small stone is what an ordinary family of 3 lives on for an entire month. It has been 16 days since he refined his first Goo worm. Feeding them alone has already cost him 14.5 primeval stones. After claiming the flower wine monk's hidden cache, taking Fang Zheng's pouch of stones, and collecting the top prize, his total had once reached 44.5 primeval stones, but 6.5 went to refining costs, 14.5 to feeding his GU worms, half a stone to daily expenses, leaving him with 20 stones remaining. His uncle and aunt have cut off his allowance. 20 stones will last him maybe 3 weeks. But the academy pays out a weekly stipend of 3 primeval stones to all students, and the monthly assessment is in 3 days. Fang Yuan decides it's time to show up and take that 10-stone prize. Just as Fang Yuan picks up an open jar of green bamboo wine and moves to leave the inn, the attendant hurries after him. "Sir," the attendant says, "a merchant caravan will be passing through the village in less than a month. They always buy up our green bamboo wine stock. You come in every week for a few jars, so the innkeeper asked me to let you know. Once we sell to the caravan, there won't be much left." Fang Yuan's brow furrows slightly. With 500 years of reading people from his past life, he has no trouble telling the difference. Both Zhang Ye and this attendant said something similar, but Zhang Ye's was a sales pitch. This one is genuine, and long-term he will need a great deal of green bamboo wine. If the inn runs dry, he'll be stuck feeding the liquor worm inferior wine. To avoid raising suspicion by buying too much at once, Fang Yuan asked the attendant for 5 more jars. 3 days later, on the training arena, the combat instructor speaks and demonstrates at the same time. The wooden puppet swings a right hook. The instructor drops into a sharp crouch, slipping under the strike. He fires back with a quick series of punches to the puppet's midsection. Thud, thud, thud. He steps back, then drives a straight punch forward, sending the wooden puppet crashing to the ground. But no matter how powerful the display, most of the watching students can barely muster interest. The academy teaches a wide range of subjects, and this class covers basic combat, fists, footwork, sweat. It's nowhere near as impossibly cool as launching moonblades. The students are completely checked out, whispering among themselves about the upcoming moonblade assessment. Their murmuring reaches the instructor's ears. A flash of irritation crosses his face. "No talking in class," he bellows. "Shut it and watch." The rank 2 GU master is built like a wall, bare-chested bronze skin mapped with scars. One shout and every student snaps to attention. He drives the point home. Basic combat is the foundation of everything. Especially in the early stages of cultivation, it matters more than anything else. Focus. With that, he calls up another wooden puppet. The pale yellow puppet stands 2 meters tall. Its heavy wooden feet strike the stone tiles with a sharp hollow crack. It spreads its arms and charges, clumsy but heavy. The instructor sidesteps smoothly. Then he surges forward, wraps both arms around the puppet's waist, and drives hard. The towering wooden puppet is slammed to the ground. He mounts it immediately and hammers the puppet's head with rapid punches. In moments, the wooden puppet goes still. Still, the students wear the same glazed, unimpressed expressions. The instructor smiles bitterly to himself. The truth is, for early-stage Ju masters, basic combat, unglamorous as it looks, is genuinely more important than moonblade attacks. So he keeps going regardless, demonstrating, patiently sharing hard-earned lessons forged through years of real combat. It's a shame the students can't see it for what it is. Fang Yuan watches from the crowd and nods, then shakes his head. The instructor is practical, no doubt, but his teaching method has a problem. He teaches with no structure, whatever comes to mind, in whatever order. The result is a jumbled mess, too much and too scattered. Students start out attentive, then slowly drift. Only Fang Yuan listens with complete focus throughout. For the others, it's learning. For him, it's review. His combat experience far surpasses the instructor's, but hearing someone else articulate it is its own form of validation. Fang Yuan sweeps a cool glance across the peers around him. The faintest smirk touches the corner of his mouth. Soon, it's the Academy Elder's session. He waves a hand toward the row of straw puppets along the bamboo wall. "Ready? Today is assessment day. Come up in groups of 5 and each fire 3 moonblades." The first group steps up. Moonblades fly in quick succession. 3 rounds, 9 blades launched, and only a handful connect with the straw puppets. The Academy Elder's expression darkens. "Unacceptable. Your accuracy is far too low." He turns and reprimands them directly. "You need to keep practicing. Especially you. And you." Then he snaps. Assessment continues. Next group. From the waiting students, Guyue Mo Bei steps forward with a confident smile. "Finally, my turn." He's built broader than the others, carrying a raw physical power they lack. He plants his feet and raises his hand, drawing the moonlight goo into his palm. His arm sweeps down hard. 3 moonblades launch in rapid succession. All 3 connect, shaving off tufts of green straw from the puppet's frame. The elder's expression lifts. "Well done." The next group steps up. Among them is Guyue Chi Cheng, short, with a pockmarked face. In a moment, he fires his moonblades alongside the others. All 3 strike the puppet's chest in a tight cluster. A performance equal to Guyue Mo Bei's, and the elder praises him the same. As he walks off, Chi Cheng throws a challenging glance at Mo Bei. Mo Bei answers with a cold snort, but doesn't look back. His eyes go to Guyue Fang Zheng, who has yet to step up. When it's finally Fang Zheng's turn, the students in the crowd start murmuring. They still can't tell the twin brothers apart. Someone who knows pipes up. "That's Fang Zheng." Fang Yuan always wears that cold, blank expression. He'd never look this nervous. Under all those staring eyes, Fang Zheng only grows more tense. His fingers tremble slightly. He launches his first moonblade. He's aiming for the straw puppet's chest, but nerves throw off his aim. The blade strikes the puppet's neck instead. A ripple of surprised murmurs runs through the crowd. They assume it was intentional, skipping the easy chest shot and going straight for the neck. A bold move, they think. A sign of confidence. Their expectations rise. Of everyone present, only 2 people can see it for what it really is. The Academy Elder and Fang Yuan. Fang Zheng's heart nearly stops. That was close, but it landed. He forces himself to breathe, steadies his nerves, then raises his hand again. 2 more moonblades fly. This time, no mistake. Both blades strike the puppet's chest, clean and accurate. The Academy Elder gives a small nod, but the other students let out a collective sigh. Solid but not impressive. About on par with Guyue Chi Cheng and Guyue Chi Lian. A little disappointing. Then comes the final round. Fang Yuan steps onto the training ground, unhurried. Guillermo Bei glances up at him, then looks away. Not worth his attention. Beside him, Guyu Chicheng folds his arms with a smirk. That guy got lucky last time, stumbled onto a weak moonlight Gu and stole first place. He won't be so lucky this time. Guillermo Bei's lips curl into a contemptuous smile, but Guyu Fangjeng presses his lips together, fists clenching without thinking. This time is different, he tells himself. I've worked so hard, I will surpass you. Fang Yuan doesn't react. His face stays cold. He plants his feet, channels his primeval essence into the moonlight Gu in his palm, raises his hand, and fires. The moonblade shoots high, way too high. It sails clean over the straw puppet's head and keeps going, up into the open sky, until the faint blue glow fades and vanishes. The students burst out laughing. Are you serious? How did someone like this ever take first place? Truth is, some of them had already resented him. Back when his poetry first revealed a sharp, precocious mind, then he took first in Gu refinement on top of that. The resentment only grew, and now it's mixed with envy. Even the Academy Elder shakes his head slightly. I was fooling myself, he thinks. What was I paying attention to him for? C-grade aptitude. First place was just luck. A warm spring breeze drifts through. Sunlight falls on Fang Yuan, casting a lone shadow behind him. His expression doesn't change. He stares quietly at the straw puppet, 10 meters away. A fresh moon blade forms in his hand, glowing with soft blue light. That first shot was intentional, thrown wide on purpose. Now he has 2 attempts left. And if he wants first place given where the Academy Elder stands, he needs to do something those 2 shots can't just match. They need to exceed anything anyone else has shown. Down below, Fang Jing stares at his brother unblinking. Only 2 shots left. I've won. I've finally beaten you. The shadow that has followed him his whole life, finally starting to lift. He lets himself imagine it, beating him again and again, until every last trace of that shadow is gone. He will prove to the clan what a great aptitude truly means. Victory feels so close. His fists tighten. His whole body trembles with anticipation. And then Fang Yuan moves. His hand becomes a blade. 1 clean, casual slash through the air. 2 soft sounds. The blue light peels away from his palm and splits into 2 moon blades, streaking toward the straw puppet. Every eye in the training ground watches. Both blades strike the puppet's neck, perfectly placed. Fang Zheng's pupils shrink. A cold dread floods his chest. The other students stand with mouths hanging open. The straw puppet's head tilts slowly to one side, then drops from the neck entirely, hits the ground, and rolls 2 to 3 meters away. No one saw this coming. Even the Academy Elder furrows his brow. Luck? Or skill? He genuinely doesn't know. Fang Zheng just stares. The surge of excitement drains out of him all at once, replaced by a hollow ache. His lips barely move. How? The entire training ground falls silent. Fang Yuan doesn't seem to notice, or doesn't care. Under the blue sky, a feather drifts down and settles in front of him. His figure almost shines in the light, but his only thought is a quiet, private sigh. The spring sun really is lovely. As evening approaches, the sky bleeds red at the horizon. The Academy Elder stands at the front, calling names one by one to hand out stipends. Every 7 days, the Academy distributes a basic stipend, support for students who don't yet have the means to feed their GU worms on their own. When Fang Yuan's name is called, the Elder hands him 2 pouches and tells him to keep working hard. 2 consecutive first-place finishes have done something the Elder didn't expect. Shifted his opinion just a little. Guyu Mo Chen glares at Fang Yuan. Again. He took first again. Guyu Chi Cheng narrows his eyes. Since the assessment ended, one question has been circling in his mind. Were those 2 neck shots luck, or something real? As the lesson draws to a close, the Academy Elder speaks. You've been here long enough. You've grown familiar with your vital Gu. Going forward, I will teach you how to cultivate your aperture and advance your rank as Gu Masters. The higher your rank, the more refined your primeval essence becomes. Rank 1 Gu Masters possess copper-hued primeval essence. Rank 2 possess iron-hued primeval essence. Rank 3 possess silver-hued primeval essence. 1 unit of iron-hued essence is worth 10 units of copper. 1 unit of silver is worth 10 units of iron. Remember this. GU worms are tools. Cultivation is the foundation. The higher your rank, the more powerful the GU you can wield. In the next 3 months, whoever reaches rank 1, mid-stage first, will earn 30 primeval stones, and the right to choose a second GU worm before anyone else. After 3 months, based on performance, 1 class captain and 2 deputy captains will be named. The captain receives 10 primeval stones per stipend. Deputies receive 5. That's all for today. Dismissed. The room buzzes. Someone punches the air. Class captain, 10 primeval stones every 7 days. Deputy gets 5. Eyes light up across the room. But for Guyu Bei, Guyu Chi Cheng, and those like them, the stones aren't the point. It's the position itself. Captain, deputy, to stand above the others. That kind of prestige means everything to them. Fang Zheng thinks the same. No more sulking. Reach rank 1, mid-stage first. Become captain. Make Fang Yuan bow and greet him from now on. But when he turns to look, Fang Yuan's seat is already empty. Students file out one by one. Fang Yuan stands at the academy gates, a cold smile forming inward. 1 captain, 2 deputies, and they're already itching for a fight. That hot-blooded, naive age.prestige. It's nothing but a tool those in power use to motivate those beneath them. Hollow glow with no real substance, completely worthless. 500 years of living has made that crystal clear. Whether in this world or on Earth, every organization works the same way. Set up a hierarchy. Define a path to climb. Let people scramble upward because chasing gain is human nature, and status tricks people into believing they are worth more than others, that their lives matter more than those below them. Power is the carrot dangled in front of the donkey. It stirs desire. People push and claw their way up, one level at a time, never noticing that as they climb, their labor is being wrung out of them, the value they produce flowing upward, into the hands of those above. Every organization with a hierarchy ultimately serves those at the top. Class captain, deputy captain, the smallest carrots there are, coaxing everyone deeper into the clan's machinery. And those at the top, to keep those below from ever seeing clearly. They unify values, define glory and merit, hand out unequal rewards, and sometimes invoke religion to rule the minds of men. That is the truth. And most people never see it. Toiling and bleeding for someone else's gain. Strip away everything and every organization in the world comes down to one thing, the distribution of resources. The higher you stand, the more you take. In his past life, Fang Yuan built the Blood Shadow demonic sect in the central region. Tens of thousands of followers, a web of ranks and rewards, countless souls drawn in and driven by his design. That experience burned this truth into his bones. Any organization is just a surface. The only thing that truly matters is one word, resources. And primeval stones are the foremost resource for any GU master's cultivation. Fang Yuan's eyes are dark and still, deep as a bottomless pool. The corner of his mouth lifts, a cold, quiet smile. He left early. Now he stands squarely in the academy gateway as the first group of students walks out toward him. And he doesn't move. Hand it over, he says. One primeval stone each, then you can go. Shock. Outrage. Did I hear that right? Have you lost your mind? Robbing us right at the academy gate? Have you gone so broke you're coming after us? Get out of the way. Block us again and I'll kick you flat. The words aren't even finished. Fang Yuan moves fast and precise. His palm drives down hard into the side of the boy's neck. The boy never saw it coming. Eyes rolling back, he crumples to the ground before he can finish his sentence. The others take an instinctive step back, then reality sets back in. There are so many of them. They're not going to be intimidated by one person. They surge forward. But before they can reach him, Fang Yuan is already moving, closing the gap in 3 quick strides, charging straight into the group. A diagonal strike, another boy's eyes go blank. Down. Fang Yuan tilts his body sideways, slipping a wild swing from a long-haired boy, then flicks his foot up into the boy's groin. The boy's fighting spirit evaporates instantly. He doubles over, clutching himself, knees hitting the ground, cold sweat pouring down his face. Fang Yuan doesn't stop. Both palms are moving now. A tiger loose among sheep. With 500 years of combat behind him, putting down a handful of fresh cultivators takes no effort at all. In the blink of an eye, every last one of them is down, unconscious or writhing in agony on the ground. At that moment, Guyu Mobei walks out of the academy with a few followers. He takes one look at Fang Yuan, and at the 5 or 6 students crumpled around him. What in the world happened here? A boy on the ground, still clutching his stomach, immediately cries out, "It's Fang Yuan! He's robbing us, our primeval stones!" Fang Yuan's foot connects with the boy's back. "Still plenty of energy," he says, completely calm. The boy shudders and goes silent. Fang Yuan takes one deliberate step forward. "Be good," he says, voice cold and flat. "1 primeval stone each, and you walk free. Otherwise, subby," he glances at the bodies on the ground. "That's where you end up." Guyu Mobei's face darkens. He throws a punch straight at Fang Yuan and roars, "Don't make me laugh. A C grade like you, thinking you can take down a B grade?" Fang Yuan shifts his ankle, just slightly. A small pivot. The punch passes him clean. He extends his left hand, index and middle fingers locked together, and drives them precisely into the hollow just below Mobei's collarbone, at the base of the throat. Guyu Mobei's vision goes dark. A moment later, he's out. The students who were about to charge him suck in a sharp breath. They don't know much about hand-to-hand fighting, but they've heard, in passing, that the human body has its weak points. The places Fang Yuan keeps hitting are exactly those. Strike them lightly and a person drops. Strike them hard enough and a person dies. But Fang Yuan has been precise. Everyone he's put down is either unconscious or in pain. Combat ability gone, yes, but not one of them is seriously hurt. In the eyes of these students, he has just become someone deeply, unsettlingly unknowable. That is what 500 years of fighting experience looks like. Fang Yuan looks at what remains of his audience. "Your choice," he says. "End up like them, or hand over 1 primeval stone." Up in the overlooking loft, a guard speaks up anxiously. "Elder, are we really just going to watch? What if someone gets killed? How do we explain that?" "He's gone too far," another agrees. "Robbing his own classmates, right under our noses, complete disregard for the rules. Give the word, Elder, and we'll bring him in." The scene at the gate had drawn their attention some time ago, but ordinary guards hold no authority over students. All they could do was report to the academy elder. The elder heard them, and gave no order to intervene. He simply watched from above, and the longer he watched, the more interested he became. "This boy has genuine combat talent," he says quietly. Fang Yuan's Moonblade performance had already raised questions in the elder's mind. But watching him hold the gate alone, that ease, that command of the field, the questions answer themselves. This world has always produced people with extraordinary gifts, he reflects, and lets out a long sigh. A born combat-type goo master. What a shame his aptitude holds him back. The guards exchange anxious looks. "Elder, you're truly not going to stop this? If we let it go on, it won't reflect well on the academy." The elder raises an eyebrow. He gestures toward Fang Yuan with a slight smile. "And why would I stop him? He's had this under control from the start. Look at how he strikes. Always the neck, yes, but always the sides. Never the back of the skull. He knows exactly why. A side strike drops someone cold, but a blow to the back of the head can kill, so he avoids it entirely. And look at the ones on the ground. Any serious injuries? No. And even if there were, our healing-type G-masters can handle a few bruises. The guards still don't seem to grasp it. But Elder, this is outrageous. He's blocking the gate in broad daylight, and he hasn't spared us a single glance. We can live with being ignored, but what will the clan think of this academy? Letting a C-grade student run wild without consequence, word gets out and your reputation takes a hit too. That earns a cold snort from the Elder. So what you really mean is, he ignored you, and your pride is wounded. And what exactly is wrong with a fight? No one dies, and it does wonders. Sharpens their competitive edge, hardens their will to fight. If we ban even this, we're smothering their fighting spirit. Every class has had incidents like this, usually in the second half of the year, once they have enough cultivation to act on their instincts. That's the age. Itching for a fight. Did you try to stop them then? The head guard presses on. Previous incidents were one-on-one. Nothing on this scale. He's just too much. The Elder shakes his head. No. The truth is you didn't dare stop them. After half a year of cultivation, a Gyu Master's strength far exceeds any ordinary person. What exactly would you have used to stop them? Perhaps you want to stop Fang Yuan now precisely because he's still a new cultivator, and because he looked right through you and that stings. But remember this, most of these students carry the name Gu Yue. They are members of the Gu Yue clan. They are your future lords. No matter how young, no matter how weak, they are your masters. The Elder's tone turns sharp. You people, outsiders given a place here out of loyalty. That is all you are. Servants. And servants do not presume to pass judgment on their masters. The color drains from every guard's face. They drop to their knees. We wouldn't dare, Elder. The Elder points directly at the guard who spoke up. Insolent, stripped of rank, effective now. A new head guard will be assessed in 15 days. Those words set eyes gleaming across the room. If I become head guard, above everyone but the masters, who would dare look down on me then? What are you all standing there gaping at? The Elder snaps. Get down there. Once the fighting is done, clean up the grounds. Not one of them dares refuse. They scramble down the stairs, fast, but completely silent. The Elder's authority hangs over every step. At the gate, a few girls have pressed themselves together back to back. Stay back, the one in front warns, a blue glow already rising in her palm. Come any closer and we'll use moon blades on you. Fang Yuan doesn't slow down. He walks toward them with a cold smile. Bold, aren't you? Have you forgotten the academy rules? Using GU worms in a fight means immediate expulsion. So by all means, go ahead. Hesitation. They know the rule. The blue light in their palms slowly fades. Fang Yuan sees his opening. He moves. Swift and merciless, two of them crumple before they can react. The last girl watches it happen. Her legs give out. She sinks to her knees. Tears stream down her face. Please, please don't. Please just let me go. Fang Yuan looks down at her. His expression doesn't move. One primeval stone. She flinches, then holds out everything she has. All her primeval stones piled in her shaking palms. Don't hit me. Take them all. Take everything. Fang Yuan reaches out calmly and picks up exactly one. I said one from the start. You're free to go. She stares at him, frozen. Then the memory of what she just saw sends her scrambling. She forces her legs to work and runs. Soon another group reaches the gate. Among the five, Fang Yuan's twin brother Fang Zheng. Fang Zheng stares at his brother, barely able to believe what he's seeing. How could you do this? He says, voice low and urgent. Beating your classmates right at the gate and taking their primeval stones? This is serious. Turn yourself into the Academy Elder now and apologize. You might still be able to avoid punishment. Fang Yuan just smiled.